return our students to the states where just some of the governors here are so happy about this. They want education to come back to them, to come back to the states, and they're going to do a phenomenal job.
President Trump signing an executive order to dismantle the Department of Education, adding that key functions of the department will be taken over by existing agencies. For more, let's bring in today's education panel. Former Department of Education Press Secretary Angela Morabito and American Culture Project Senior Fellow Corey DeAngelis. Welcome to both of you. So let's start with President Trump talking on Friday about some of the functions of the Department of Education and where they would go. Let's play him.
I've decided that the SBA, the Small Business Administration, headed by Kelly Loeffler, is a terrific person, will handle all of the student loan portfolio. We have a portfolio that's very large, lots of loans, tens of thousands of loans, pretty complicated deal. And that's coming out of the Department of Education immediately.
Angela, you work there. What about dividing up the major functions of the Department of Education?
It's a great idea that's going to lead to cutting a lot of overhead waste. Right now, for every federal dollar that gets spent on education, only about 65 cents ever makes it into a classroom. The rest gets absorbed by all of this administrative bloat. It doesn't have to be like this. And with the help of Congress, sending federal student aid over to the Small Business Administration, it's a great idea. The SBA was created to handle a large number of relatively small dollar loans. Federal student aid has tried, but they've done a pretty terrible job of it. So spinning off federal student aid either into an independent agency or reassigning it to the Small Business Administration, I think is a great sign of progress to actually making America's largest consumer lender really function like a bank.
Corey, you were there for the signing at the White House on Thursday. Now, Education Secretary Linda McMahon is talking about how things would function. I want to play her and get you to react.
The president is clear about the funding that is going to continue to go to schools. And look, we've said we're going to work with different agencies. Where might some of the programs fit best?
What's your assessment of the president's actions?
I mean, this is fantastic. It was great to be there, and we're making education great again. We're going to return education to the states, get rid of that unconstitutional Department of Education once and for all, or at least try to give it death from by a thousand cuts by killing it from the inside. And look, it was started in 1979 as a political payoff by Jimmy Carter to the teachers union. We'd actually have more money for education making its way into the classroom if this move actually happens all the way through, because we'll be wasting less of that money on useless bureaucrats pushing paper hundreds and thousands of miles away in Washington, D.C. So we'll have more local control, and the lunatic left is fear-mongering every step of the way. They're trying to say that this will defund schools. It won't do that. There'll be more money for education. They're trying to say that we won't have vital services for special needs. As Angela just pointed out, that would move under a different department. So this isn't as disruptive as what Randy Weingarten and the teachers unions would like you to believe, but it is a good move, and it will improve education all across the country.
Now, to be fair, shutting down the Department of Education is not polling terribly well in the Fox poll. Let's show it to the audience. 65% opposing closing the Department of Education, 32% support. Make the case to parents, Angela, that this will be okay.
Well, anyone who's defending the existence of the Department of Education is defending a system of failure. It spent $3 trillion, and right now in this country, we've got more 8th graders who are functionally illiterate than we have 8th graders who are proficient readers. What we've been doing does not work and cannot be allowed to stand. Sending education back to the states and empowering parents has worked every single time it's been tried. 100% success rate is pretty hard to argue with. So I would tell parents who are nervous, do not panic if things change, but definitely panic if they stay the same.
At the same point, the public is overwhelmingly dissatisfied with public education in this country. What about that, Corey?
That's exactly right. You have places like Chicago, which are failure factories. They have about 33 government-run schools, public schools, have 0% proficiency rates. You look at Baltimore, wow. 40% of their high schools, 0% proficiency rates. They spend a ton of money. It's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. It's time to try something new. And guess what? I have a better poll for you, Mike. If you look at the election in 2024 in November, Trump won the parent vote by 9 points. This is a national mandate to abolish the department, send education back to the states, return power to the parents. And he campaigned on these issues of school choice and getting rid of the Department of Education. So the proof is in the pudding. We've had so much data to show that it hasn't lived up to its expectations. Let's return local control to the states and make education great again.
All right, Corey DeAngelis, Angela Morabito, great to see you both. Thanks for your time and your analysis today.
Thank you.
Thank you.